Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Shamika Prod Entertainment. I just want to take this opportunity to wish all of you a happy and prosperous 2020. I know this is coming in a bit late, but things have been kind of hectic on my end. So I know that you guys love poetry and you tune in oftentimes enough to see what new projects I have, and I have lots of them rolling in this year. So please just bear with me. But I encourage you to send in your requests if you have any topic or experience that you would like depicted on my YouTube channel. Please send your request in. You can post them via comment, or if you have my contact information, check my profile. You can also reach me that way as well. That being said, I hope you guys enjoy the following production. This poem is based on a very personal experience in my life. I mean, most of my poetry are often based on personal experiences, but this one has been more recent. And I really like using my platform as a therapeutic outlet to be able to vent in a healthy, meaningful, and expressive way. So I hope you guys enjoy. Mark of the Alpha. One flourishing strike was all it took to put my heart on a pike. The earth shook. A continental shift unprecedented. Mountains tumbling into a scarlet red sea, churning with the immortal screams of the perpetually dying. In the blink of an eye, death and destruction would come. And in that brief moment of reprieve, when the piercing sting of the hunter's blade hits rock bottom, when the numbness spreads like a tide of frozen flames, relief and tranquility are like angelic forces beckoning at the golden gate, to know the long-raged war is finally finished, for there are far worse fates. And then all of a sudden a void. No memories, no dreams, no hope. Only a cold, vacant nothingness. So cold that the temperature doesn't even register. The only sound is silence. There are no winds to howl a mournful tune. No sliver of shimmering sun to give the smallest bit of light. Not even a pulse is present amidst the noiseless gloom. And in this nondescript void, in this disparaging and lonely tomb, is where I make my abode, for there are far worse fates. No longer does the will to live exist. No longer do foolish notions of romanticism persist. True love is the world's greatest myth, to love time and time again and rage quit. To be fed the same gossamer lies and doubt the same mistakes. A sweet surrender of the heart and soul to a momentary heavenly bliss. But above ground, nothing akin to heaven exists. Only demons masquerading the part of Prince Charming. A hellish earth with death above and below. A demise of the body and destruction to the soul, so that no residue remains to go beyond. Such is the true purgatory, that this world and this life devour like ravenous wolves, leaving nothing behind but piles of rusted bones. Once disintegrated, they are gone forever. The mark of the hunter cannot be undone. Wolves in sheep clothing are on the constant prowl for unsuspecting victims. Animalistic and primitive in nature, theirs is one sinister objective: hunt down and kill and feast until not even a bloody carcass remains. Though slow is the thrill of the gorge, as the body is mercilessly brutalized beyond all hope of salvation. The wolves are a pack. They have one mind and work in tandem. Each has a specific job delegated to it, one task more grueling than the next. And so with voracious ferocity, ligaments are ripped out, entrails are savagely removed. Over and over, death pummels the door, but I refuse. I drag my body over to another hunter wolf, thinking perhaps this time I would find a savior, only for the tearing to begin anew, until my ghastly condition is made worse than the former. More chunks and bits make for a bloodbath dismembering, and by this point I am unrecognizable, a pummeled pulp of the goriest kind of carnage. My captors are unrelenting and savage, but the most malevolent part about my torture were the fleeting respites where I could but draw a breath. All too gradually I would begin to heal before another hunter pounced for a meal. The world was caving in around me. I could not remember the beginning or the end, or the beginning of the end. Only excruciating incongruous languish. Yet somehow I found the strength to fight. I held on with all my might, to beat back the darkness and reach the light, to drag my damaged pieces out of the woods. Alas, my efforts were in vain. All at once it seemed as though I were rendered whole again, because of him, the hunter with the blade. He was not like the other wolves, ruthless and singularly minded in his objective. He was a stealthy predator, patient and calculating, observing my every step. This hunter was refined. He had no matted fur or crimson-tinged paws. He did not growl or attack outright as the savages do. He simply held me gently in death's captivating grip. Looking me in the eye, his mouth morphed into a brilliant flash of canines. And when the quaint hilt was all that could be seen poking out of that space above my left breast, I just stood there motionless, transfixed. It is only when the blade is retracted with a swoosh, knocking all the breath right out of me, and the gaping hole of my soul bleeds out for all to see, does the reality hit me like an instantaneous train wreck, propelling me from the tracks of my religious plight. I crashed to my knees, mouth stretched into a silent scream, and it was then and there that I knew it was all over. This time when the wolves gathered, there would be no more reprieve. One flourishing strike was all it took to put my heart on a pike. The earth shook, and the jungle floor rumbles beneath me as paws pound towards me with gleeful vengeance. The scent of my imminent desiccation, a hunter's call on the wind. Hot burgundy liquid oozes from my chest with the tormented pleas of the victims that died so unjustly before me, now to die all over again with me. I hear wailing and the gnashing of teeth. The salty taste of their defeat mixes with my own bitter tears. If only I had known all along this was my destiny. Though I suppose in its own philosophical way, the hunter had done me a mercy killing. For altogether it is preferable to cease to be than to relive a hot scalding hell for a century. There is no pain more terrible the human heart can bear, no scar that runs deeper than the darkest despair, no affliction graver to the heart of the human soul than the indelible mark of the Alpha. To fall steadfastly in love, marks you for damnable death. One flourishing strike is all it takes away.